welcome back. It's Felicia.
And Darlena.
So today is a continuation of our Holy Grails products. Last time we did Holy Grails for oily, acne-prone, where I dished out like 15 to 20 products that have been long-standing. So Rowena is going to do the same today for dry, combination, and dehydrated skin.
Today we want to shine the spotlight on ingredient-focused skincare. The ingredients we're going to go over today is hyaluronic acid, rice, skin berry-friendly ingredients like Mugwort, Centella asiatica, Serum, and just some bonuses like face masks and cleansing oil balm that I've grown to love.
Even though it is for dry dehydrated, a lot of us can also use many of these products. Yeah, because hydration is a thing.
It's the foundation for eternal youth.
Yeah!
Thank you so much to Paula's Choice for sponsoring this video. First, to be able to share with you guys my dry dehydrated Holy Grail products.
And what are we gonna start with?
Hyaluronic acid. So you really can't mention dry and dehydrated skin without mentioning hyaluronic acid, am I right?
Hyaluronic acid is found in our bodies naturally, and it helps to keep the skin elastic and hydrated because it is a humectant and can hold up to 1,000 times its molecular weight in water, which is nuts because I don't think many other ingredients can do the same thing.
Hyaluronic acid is great for dry, dehydrated, and sensitive skin types. They can provide a plumping effect on the skin and also reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and redness. So this really is like holy grail, product for people with dry, dehydrated skin.
And the good thing is it's also in a lot of different products, but I think the ones you selected, it's like, that's the focus.
Yeah. This is the Dr. Wu.
Oh, whoa.
It's like very syrupy, very viscousy. It's not sticky.
When I wake up and drool.
And then this, it's just gonna plop onto your skin. It doesn't move around. The Dr. Wu Hyalucomplex Intensive Hydrating Essence Toner, that's a mouthful.
Wow.
The Hyalucomplex is a combination of hyaluronic acid in high and low molecular weights, which means that the higher ones just sit closer to the top of your skin, and the smaller the molecular weight, it's able to sink deeper into your skin. And the cool thing about the Hyalucomplex, it locks in moisture, it replenishes moisture, it retains moisture, and it activates moisture. So this is the 4 different types of hyaluronic acid that you can find in this. So this is very hydrating, very moisturizing. It's made specifically for people with dehydrated skin. Although the texture is very different, they both absorb into the skin so quickly and so beautifully. And both of these you can layer. So this one is about $30, and I'm mentioning the Hada Labo because I honestly think it's just as good for half the price. You can also find it in booster form. This is the Paula's Choice Hyaluronic Acid Booster with ceramides. We'll get into ceramides in a bit.
My hand is gonna be, it's gonna
So
be like round.
Yeah.
It's just round. Like those anime, like, what's Astro Boy? I just have like a...
This one's like gel, straight up gel.
Yeah.
Boosters you can add with moisturizers, or you can add more like active ingredients if you want to.
You can
like
mix it to serums.
Yeah, or like even vitamin C powder. This is like a great carrier. And then this one is just, it's been my favorite for a long time. It's the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. There is watermelon, of course, that's very soothing and calming, great for like summers in Asia where it's just like.
And she was saying when we had Glow Recipe on that for dry skin, it can be used as a serum and you can keep layering it on. Whereas like if you're more combo or more oily side, you can use it as a moisturizer.
Yeah, so I like to double moisturize with this baby. So that's hyaluronic acid, very important.
Seriously?
Yeah.
For dry skin, because dry skin doesn't produce sebum, nearly enough sebum to naturally restore the skin, which is why it gets dry and cracked and stuff, which then leads to irritation. So you definitely want to, like, these are much more fast absorbing than things like oils as well.
Yeah. And there are studies that have said that hyaluronic acid works best in more humid places around the world because it works to draw moisture from the air.
Yeah.
If let's say you go to a much
There's just more of it.
Yeah, you go to a much drier place, it might actually pull water from inside of your skin, so we don't want that. All right, moving on to the cornerstone of most Asian meals. Did you grow up eating rice with every meal?
I'm appalled you would even ask that. My goodness. The tenacity of you asking if I had rice. Yes, I had.
Yes, I did.
My mom would always say, you can keep the water after I wash the
Yeah.
rice and splash on your face. I'm like, does that really whiten and brighten?
The answer is yes.
If you did it consecutively over a really
For
long
like
time.
years and years and
Yeah.
years. Rice is rich in antioxidants, amino acids, vitamin B and E, and ferulic acid. It's a great ingredient for restoring your skin complexion. Rice also contains linoleic acid, which helps maintain the skin's moisture and oil levels, which is so important
For
all that
everyone.
balance. So something that rice is commonly seen with is rice bran oil, and it has very similar compositions. It is known for having vitamin E and like its rich array of fatty acids, so it's really good faux skin. So the two products I have, the first one is the I'm From Rice Toner that we've talked about before. The top layer is like this white, milky, creamy layer, and then the bottom is more just like rice water.
It's like
and
coconut milk.
Yeah, and this baby contains 77.78% goami extract, which is a type of rice, and it's very hydrating, and rice is known for its brightening benefits, soothing, helps with hyperpigmentation.
This one's actually kind of not oily, but like compared to that,
Yeah.
you know how it just goes away? This
Yeah.
has some residual
Yeah.
feeling.
I like it.
Yeah. Would I be able to use it?
Yeah, you can actually use this. Rice helps mattify your skin, like so afterwards it's nice and not as oily, and it helps control sebum production. So next we have the CosRX Ultimate Nourishing Rice Overnight Spa Mask. It's enriched with more than 68.9% of rice extract. There's also niacinamide, which is great for brightening, sunflower seed oil, which is high in omega-6 fatty acids and helps your skin maintain a healthy barrier, which is, now that we know, that's like the most important thing.
I like the consistency of
Yeah.
this.
And this is great as a moisturizer or overnight mask.
Oh, it's like those dual function ones, kind of like Summer Friday.
I can use it in the daytime too.
This is one of those textures that any skin type can use.
Yes.
Yes.
Moving on to antioxidants, which comes to protecting and healing our skin. On a daily basis, we're constantly exposed to truckloads of pollutants in the air. And of course, the greatest frenemy that we have, the dear sun.
So free radicals are out in the air, but it's also produced by our own bodies when we're like churning the food we eat into energy. So antioxidants come in to save the day and fight free radical damage from occurring on our skin and inside the pores.
So we have a video, all the antioxidants that we'll link up there and down here. So make sure to check that out. Onto products, my favorite toner out of all of these will have to be the Sioris Time is Running Out mist.
Oh, the spray one.
Yes, the oil in fruit water. It's made with 78% fruit water, and the cool thing about this that we've talked about previously, but we're gonna talk about again, is that depending on the season, for the spring harvest, it will be one type of fruit, and then for the fall harvest, it'll be a different type of fruit. And so that's like the majority of the water, and then on the top layer, it's oils, which has macadamia, jojoba, and sunflower oil, which are all high in omega fatty acids that we'll talk about later of why it's so important. Same thing with amino acids. They all help in replenishing the skin. It can be used as a toner, serum, and mist, so it's like a 3-in-1 super little magic bottle. I like using this as a toner. I still use serum after, but it'll be, lately it's just very basic, like hydrating with hyaluronic acid or soothing with Centella asiatica. So going along the fruit line, Paula's Choice has a power berry serum with 13 like highly pigmented berries.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about antioxidants, right? There's blueberries, bilberry, elderberry, strawberry, acai, goji, raspberry, just to name a few. The antioxidant Pore Purifier with salicylic acid and white tea. This has been life-changing. So there's ascorbyl glucoside, which is a stable derivative of vitamin C, BHA, which is salicylic acid to exfoliate and kill acne-causing bacteria. There's also white tea, licorice root extract, coffee fruit extract, EGCG, and CoQ10, just to name a few.
Yeah.
To use, you shake it, and then you just it comes out of this, like, I love their dropper.
I know.
The little dropper. After cleansing and toning, I will drop 1, 2, 3, because my pores on the side, like the butterfly area, is getting so big. And because it's high in antioxidants, it's really, really good for environmental stressors that we mentioned earlier about like free radicals. And this pairs really well with the triple algae pollution shield with glutathione and great polyphenols. So glutathione is really good for, it's like a brightening. There's cucumber extract, which is very soothing and hydrating, bearberry extract, algae of course, tetrahexyldecyl absorbate, which is a derivative of vitamin C, grapeseed extract, milk thistle, CoQ10, green tea derived antioxidant, kelp, shea butter, vitamin E. And the way you use this, it basically forms a shield.
Actually, the first time I used this, I accidentally used it as a serum because the consistency is so light.
Yeah.
But what's cool about it is the kelp and the seaweed, because like long ago in many countries, they've used kelp and seaweed as a form of like a humectant. It also just restores hydration into the skin, and they would just use a piece of kelp and slap it on. You know, so the fact that they formulated within this as that protective shield and antioxidant, that is something very different.
Next is the good old Crave sunscreen. So this one is the Beet Shield. It's also called Beat the Sun. What I find is different from this compared to most sunscreens out there is that ingredients that are high in antioxidants. So the first one is beetroot. There's also allantoin, vitamin C, resveratrol, and EGCG. So the reason why I love this is the texture.
Yeah.
And the glow that it leaves on your face after you use it.
It's like that radiant glow to the
Yeah,
skin.
this is a chemical sunscreen. I tend to gravitate more towards chemical rather than mineral because mineral, I can't deal with the pasty white chalkiness. And those tend to be more drying from my experience.
If you didn't tell me this was a sunscreen, I would think it's
a
serum
moisturizer
or something.
Yeah, so it's very hydrating while it also does its job of having SPF 47, which is why I think it's so great that the formula is formulated with so much antioxidants. It's protecting your skin against the sun and also helping fight off all the free radicals that we don't want. Moving on to skin barrier friendly ingredients. So the first thing, let's talk about cica, also known as Centella asiatica. It is an herb that is known in Asia. It's a great ingredient for irritated, sensitive skin, which is why Felicia loves it, and it helps with inflammation and acne. It also helps increase collagen production and it improves skin firmness and elasticity. Cica has a plethora of skin healing ingredients such as antioxidants, amino acids, beta carotene, fatty acids, and vitamin C, A, B1, and B2. This is a mouthful. And cica can be found in every single product. Type of product that you have, and it's most effective when it's in a product that you can use to leave on. So the two that I'll be talking about, one is the Purito Centella Green Level Buffet Serum. So instead of just using Centella extract, they actually boil the leaves of Centella and then separate the compound or the solvent to extract only certain substances, which means it's far more potent than your average serum. And there's also niacinamide for brightening and tripeptides, which help keeps your skin very, very happy. The Cica Balm Hyper PDRN Repairing and Strengthening Balm. So there's PDRN, which is this, and you won't be able to guess what this is. It's salmon DNA.
Salmon?
Salmon.
Here?
Yeah.
How? Like how?
We've read articles on how people have been using fish skin to help heal burn wounds. So it helps to repair damaged cell tissues in that context.
That makes so much sense. Salmon's full of like omega-6, omega-9, like it's got all the fatty acids that your skin should have, which is why you should also incorporate it into your daily meals.
Yeah.
Or weekly meals, not daily. That's a lot. You'd start smelling like salmon.
There's also beta-glucan, which is found in yeast, fungi, grains. It's very high in antioxidants. It calms redness, hydrates skin, and prevents moisture loss. Next, moving on to mugwort. Just like cica, mugwort has a very long and rich history and has been used in many ancient cultures throughout the world of medicinal and culinary purposes. In the K-beauty world, mugwort, also known as Artemisia, is leaving its mark mark as a potent ingredient for fighting inflammation and inflammatory-based concerns. As you try this out, Mugwort is compared as the love child of vitamin C and tea tree oil because it's packed with antioxidants while simultaneously killing off bacteria in the skin.
It looks like my gel cleanser dropped onto the ground.
So for the I'm from Mugwort mask, there's chunks of Mugwort and the little dots are Mugwort in powdered form. There's 2.1% Mugwort in here. It's supposed to be left onto your skin for 5 to 10 minutes and then you wash it off and then your skin is instantly, if there's inflammation, if there's redness, it just instantly soothes your skin. It smells very earthy.
It's definitely earthy.
Like soil.
Plant.
Like I've been earthing and walking around barefoot.
You know how elephants go in the water? But like if it wasn't in the water, it was just in dirt.
Such a cute elephant.
Yeah.
I want one of those. And there's also this new cleanser from Hyalucomplex. This is the Pure Essence Bubble Cleansing Pack. I'm hesitant to share this because I don't think you can buy it in the US yet, but it's so cool. So in it, there's mugwort extract, charcoal powder, clay, and centella extract, herbal extract, as well as rice extract. So
Holy
centella
moly.
and rice is what we've talked about already.
Yeah.
And this one specifically, like, isn't the texture just so fascinating? You're supposed to add water and then it's supposed to foam up and then you're supposed to let it froth a lot before you wash your face.
And it turns to bubble.
Yeah, it turns into like a lighter gray color with like little foams. And people have said that if they don't use too much water, it will irritate their skin more than help
like
soothe
too
and
much.
calm it. All right, moving on to amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of peptides and proteins. They're naturally present and work to transport moisture throughout the skin. For this reason, amino acids are what ensures that your skin barrier is well moisturized so that the skin surface is soft and smooth. And for my amino acid, it is the Laneige Cream Skin. This is the refiner mist. I have like the toner at home. It's like a toner moisturizer. The majority of this product is the white leaf tea water, which is rich in amino acids. And it's made by using a cold brewing method, which increases the extra efficacy by 150%. So with this, I love layering it. I'll use at least 2 layers. I think for someone with very oily combo skin, you can use it as a light moisturizer. But for someone with dry dehydrated skin, I like using 2 layers.
So what's the difference between this and the toner?
It's the same thing, it's just in mist form.
Because hydration evaporates, so like the water content in your skin just goes down. That's why like throughout the day, it's important to replenish every like 2 hours or so, just like spritz.
Moving on to ceramides.
Something that we all have on our skin naturally. They're a fatty substance or a lipid that naturally makes up the uppermost layer of our skin. If you imagine our skin cells like bricks, ceramides is the glue that holds these bricks together. Basically the cement that holds it all together. And they make up about 50% of our entire skin. So it works to protect the body from damaging environmental factors, keeping in the much needed moisture from the layers of our skin.
First thing I want to talk about is this new Avène Hydrants Aqua Gel. I go home at night and I look at my face like, wow, it is so dry and it is so parched. And I wake up in the morning, wow, it is so dry, it is so parched. And then last night, I was like, let me try this out. It's just been sitting on my counter. Yeah. Tried it out. I woke up with like plump baby skin. And all the other products I used before were the same. It's I used this, and then one of the Centella, and then this.
The cool thing about this is that it's multifunctional. You can use it as a day moisturizer, night moisturizer,
or thicker.
Or sleeping mask.
Yeah. First ingredient in here is the Avène Thermal Spring Water, which is known for its soothing and healing properties. So I think this is why after I wake up or after, you know, like right now, my skin, it feels so nice. Like usually by this time, it's like, when I go like this, I can feel it's like caking and it's really dry. So this has been really awesome. The next thing I want to talk about really quickly is Make Prem's Hydrate Me Micro Tension Cream. So this I would use wintertime only. There's glycerin, botanical oil, ceramides, Arctic raspberry extract, sodium hyaluronate, hyaluronic acid, citric acid. So there's a lot of moisture rising ingredients in here. And this, just as we're on it, this little thing is Purito's Deep Sea Water Cream. The composition of deep sea water is similar to the fluids of our human body. There's also niacinamide, green caviar, seaweed extract, and green tea extract. Next, we have omega fatty acids. Just like amino acids, omega fatty acids are a valuable component to maintaining your skin and body health. Omega fatty acids are part of the many building blocks that make up your skin surface and help to maintain skin's hydration and protecting the outer layers from environmental damage.
Omega fatty acids can't actually be produced by the body, and therefore it requires external sources. So they're typically found in things like fish oil, algae, and in many nut oils as well, like flaxseed, walnut, and chia.
The Omega Complex Moisturizer with chia and flaxseed. There's shea butter, which is really good for dry skin. There's also omega oil, ceramides, plant oils, botanical antioxidants, passion fruit, guava, basically everything that the skin barrier loves, and it's great for strengthening the skin barrier. It's quite luxuriously whipped, right?
Yeah.
It's like very airy, sinks very quickly into your skin.
It's quite thick though.
Defos for normal to dry skin. In the next section, we'll talk about oils really quickly. The first one is squalane, which mimics your natural sebum and helps improve elasticity by increasing moisture retention and nutrients. So there's a Good Molecules squalane oil. This is probably the most lightweight oil. Some oil should be used at night.
Yeah.
Like squalane, I can mix a drop or two into my daily, like my daytime moisturizer.
Yeah. They can be mixed into moisturizer, foundation, used on its own.
One cleanser that I want to talk about. I've historically not really liked balms or like thicker, oily cleansers.
balms?
Yeah, but this squalane cleanser is so nice. I just heat it up in my palms for maybe 10-30 seconds and then apply it all over my face. I think it does such a good job at taking off like sunscreen or just anything that's just been on your face, and then it rinses off.
And this one, I definitely feel like it's completely different to like a gel cleanser, foam cleanser, any cleanser, because it's straight up like nourishing.
Yeah.
It's like you wash your face and it already feels moisturized.
Other oils that my skin loves, there's vitamin E, especially in the wintertime. I'll add 1 or 2 drops into my moisturizer. There's also jojoba. I love the one from Trader Joe's. It's like under $10. And I love using it as makeup remover. So it's after I clean my face, after I use an oil-based cleanser, and then if I'm, wearing a full face of makeup, I'll double cleanse. And then sometimes, how there's still like stubborn waterproof mascara, I'll use it on a Q-tip and help like gently glide
The residue.
Yeah, and it also helps condition your eyelashes.
It does.
Yeah. And there's also marula oil, which is high in antioxidants, essential fatty acids, and amino acids. So Drunk Elephant has been my go-to every winter. And the last section, let's just do like a fun
Mask.
etc. So the first one is the Glam Glow Super Mud. It's mostly just kaolin clay, which a lot of other products have. But what I really love about it is the fact that there's also 4.4% of BHA and AHA blend.
Yeah.
So the fact that you can help purify, detoxify while you exfoliate, although it is a steep price to pay, I appreciate that. And my favorite sheet mask of all time is the Papa Recipe Bombi Honey Brightening Mask. There's niacinamide, honey, propolis, as well as royal jelly. That's all very hydrating and nourishing, and there's also sodium hyaluronate. Masks are a thing that I wish I remembered to do more often. So out of the ones that I've tried, which is a good amount but not that many, I just always go back to this.
This is essentially a serum essence. So always remember to apply moisturizer after.
Yeah, and you don't need to rinse it off.
So actually, with a lot of the products that you mentioned in here, they're very adaptable for a lot of skin types because it's all about soothing, calming, and hydrating, which is what we all need. But like for you, you could probably layer more of them, and specific ones are definitely heavier as a mist. It's not like a mist that you think.
It's a refreshing, this is like a moisturizing, hydrating.
Because of the innovation.
Dehydration is a skin condition, and you can have combo oily and still have dehydrated skin. So with all of that, please share with us your favorite products and your holy grails for dry dehydrated skin, or just any holy grail of all time, and we'll check some of those out. Goat, 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 as always. All right, see you guys in the next video.